everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys another gameplay commentary. I'm going to be playing Queen of Pain this game. I played this game last night, actually, pretty late. I think it was like, what time was it? Maybe like 11, midnight, something like that. Playing with a bunch of mid to high skill players somewhere in there. I don't think you guys know who any of them are, so I won't bother. Yeah, playing a mid Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain is one of the most common mids in the competitive scene right now. She's a very, very strong hero. Looks like I already picked myself. I was tagged up as YOLO mid this game for fun, because I missed that tag so much. Pretty common mid build, similar to what you guys saw me do with the Night Stalker, was 3 Ironwood branches and 1 Tango. Again, this gets you safely to a bottle quite rapidly. Mid heroes that I could be against could be Bane, it could be a Panda, and it could be a Rubik. Most likely one of those 3 heroes, but this game it was actually going to be a Panda, so Panda is the hero I'm against. It's not too weird of a matchup, actually. I think we had like a support Zeus this game. It was pretty weird, but support Zeus is what we had. Did he random? I think he randomed maybe because he has a lot of gold. But I think he randomed. Going for fast bottle in the mid lane. You should be able to generally outlane a Panda with Queen of Pain because you do have a ranged advantage. Getting clapped by the Panda is should not happen very much to speed this list down a little bit. Man, it looks so slow now. Almost always go dagger first. Usually you don't skill until you actually get to lane because you want to make sure that in case, like, I don't know, gank happens or something. That's pretty common strat for multiple lanes. But my block was far superior to his, which means that I can now harass him like crazy. I actually did let him clap me. It's quite annoying to get clapped just because it's attack speed as well as movement speed, and that actually cost me quite a bit of HP, 200 worth. He does have better armor than me, and he has a stout shield, so letting him clap me was a pretty big mistake there. But on the bright side, I've also done a crap load of damage to him. So I'd also push the lane a bit for him, which should get things back under control soon. But I throw another dagger, and almost always whenever you dagger, you do want to hit at least 1 or 2 times. The damage output is still quite good, though, for 80 mana. It's really, really cost efficient. And now he's going to start casting Drunken Haze on me. I do know that he actually has a Stout Shield, a Salve, and a Tango, if I remember correctly from last night. So that's going to start his first Salve pop. If I was level 2, I would Blink disable that. But now that it's like most of the way through, I'm not going to bother. But if I actually had Blink there, I definitely would have blinked and disabled his Salve immediately. So kind of cost him a lot to do that. His first Salve is gone, and he's nowhere near close to bottle just because of the fact that he didn't go with the fast bottle build. I should not be missing those last hits, by the way. Missing easy last hits like that, 2 easy last hits, is a huge mistake. Because I should be winning this lane a lot more one-sided than that. And I should be already casting Dagger on him. It's kind of a waste for me to just right-click him like that. Alright, finally getting some last hits again. And again, just kind of trying to pressure him a bit. I was worried about him getting a rune here for some reason. And then I found it was not actually there. Because I was worried there was like a 1-minute rune that he could see that I couldn't, and I wouldn't want him to deny him. But even going after him is not really that worth it, honestly, because the chances of him actually having the last hits, or having, like, he was going to get a rune no matter what. Like, I wasn't going to beat him to it. It's now 2 minutes, by the way, so that is a Panda just sitting top. I guess there must be a rune there or something, or he's waiting for bottle. I'm not really sure. So waiting for bottle a bit. We'll see what he has for items. Doesn't look like he has it. He just has a Stout Shield and a Tango and 3 Ironwood branches right now. So probably go continue to cast on him. Still sitting by the creep wave. He's gonna be able to clap me here, but I put a Scream on him as well, just for some extra damage output. Kind of waiting for these last hits. I tried to get him and the creep there, but I messed it up, so slight mistake from me. And I should be able to rune control a lot better than him. Looks like he was thinking about hitting down there, but looks like he also stopped. I'm not really sure what he's waiting for, maybe heals or something. It looks like he was maybe purchasing bottle or something. So I get the double damage, is really, really nice to have. I can also bring boots to myself at this point. Now that I have boots and a bottle, I have a pretty big advantage over him, because he's probably just finishing boots right now. Or bottle, sorry. Pretty much always have to go bottle first. And that's one of the problems with going all these stout shields and heavy regen builds. Like, he could get to bottle reasonably fast, and if he can rune control, he can actually sustain the damage that I'm dealing, despite having not having a stout shield. I should have probably 5 more last hits than I do, by the way. So I'm kind of messing up my lane a bit. I do have a DD though, and I'm going to pop it to do some harass on him. I probably should dagger first, like that. At this point, every single hit that I can put on him is really, really helpful. But I do want to continue getting last hits when possible. Just, it's important to throw in the denies when you can, the denies and the last hits when you can, but you should focus on harassing just in your free time. I should have gotten like 2 more denies there, now watching it. Oops. I was intending to just like butter that up so that I could get a scream on it. Oh, I messed up a lot of these. But I do too much damage. So he's actually going to get lucky with the rune. So he picks up a rune top. And it's going to be a regen. So he gambled. And he got it. Lucky for him. On the bright side, I can purchase a wand and get a TP scroll. And I can bottle crow this. Which is pretty common. Do we have a flying? Yeah, we do have a flying courier. They're actually taking the bot tower. I kind of just told them to leave the bot lane because bot lane was having trouble. We didn't really have good lanes. We were going to do like a dual lane bot. Like a... I don't know, like a lifestealer revenge bot, but they had a tri-lane, and that's not really something you want to mess around with. He's doing a good amount of damage to me here, but I'm just going to bottle this up and walk away again. He does have a regen, so it's pretty cost efficient for him to trade like that. But just put that on my... Put the bottle on the courier, and I will send that back. I think he saw our courier mid or something. I think that's what that was about. I'd be pretty careful right now. He does still have the regen, and I know that he's wanting to spend some more mana before he tries to kill me. Or before he pops the regen, that is. So for now, the lane is kind of in a weird spot. I don't have that much mana for spamming. He's getting really low, though. I'm like heavily considering jumping in. If I had my bottle already, then I could go for this kill. Did I just get Skyped? Oh, there's like a spider hanging down right next to my desk. That's fucking creepy. And people are Skyping me and I don't know why. Sorry about that, guys. One sec. There's like literally a spider just like dangling from the ceiling, kind of like in front of my desk. Well, alright, we'll just leave him there. He's fine, right? Maybe I can like put him down somewhere. Alright, if I scream like a little girl. Where is your thing? Oh, I found it. It's like tied to my monitor or something. Now he's on my monitor. This is what you guys are here for. Just enjoy the game while I try to pick up the spider. Alright, he fell on my desk. Alright, I have him. Let's put him on the floor. Alright, I'm just gonna leave my post-it note on the floor. Alright, problem is solved. There's a tiny little spider on the ground. Looks like I grabbed an illusion rune. Did I miss my gank on it, or did I miss my kill? Yeah, I did. I think I tried to kill him there and I messed it up. I was really pissed about that. I think did I blink in and forget to dagger? I think I daggered late or something. I can't remember. It was something like that. At this point I saw the Rubik was low and I wanted to go kill him. So I decided to go top and look for him. And now watching it, looks like he's actually hiding in the trees. And I looked for him and I didn't see him. So then I left. But I could have killed him. He's probably terrified. Yeah, I could have killed him, definitely, if I knew he was over there, but it was smart of him to hide. So I took a nuke from the bounty hunter. That was very smart. It's going to cost me the rest of my bottle charge as well as the tango. Probably wasn't worth it for me to go be aggressive like that just because of the fact that... Where you at, spider? Right, the spider's gone. I don't know where it is. Probably on my leg or something. Pretty much wasn't worth it for me to do that. It was kind of like it's pretty... I don't know. I didn't lose that much, but I could have probably just sat mid and continued to last hit, for example. Much more effectively. Like I could have gotten an extra 5 last hits or something, which would get me towards my important items a little bit later. So that probably would have been better to do rather than going to the top lane. I should be daggering this guy, honestly. I don't really know I'm waiting so long, but there's the dagger again. Again, he's looking to clap me. That's probably the best chance that you have as a quap to go clap. He actually missed me with the clap there. I should be able to get this kill, I think. I was checking mana, and I knew that I could not blink and ulti. If I could have blinked and ulti there, I would have gone for it. Maybe I could have. I have a 5-charge wand. If I would have wanded there, I could have blink ultied, or just ultied. But I opted not to. I was playing a little conservative. So it looks like they're waiting for a rune. His HP's, again, not that high. I thought I hit that, but guess not. Still getting last hits, and it does end up being bought. So since the bounty hunter was bought, I decided to as it spawned, so I was going to start making my way top, but instead it ends up being bought. So I think, am I going back to base? Yeah, it looks like I decided to go back to base. This isn't always the best way to spend your time necessarily. I could hypothetically stay in lane a bit longer, but I kind of wanted to go get full mana. My bottle's empty. I knew I wasn't getting a recharge, so I kind of just said, all right, whatever. I'll get some items. I'll save people courier time, basically. I'll get treads. This will give me more mana leeway, as well as a more efficient bottle usage. And at this point, I can go back to lane, or I can go try to make a gank happen. If we look at the map, I can see a bounty hunter kind of roaming around, so I kind of said, all right, I'm going to try to get a kill. And we actually have the Zeus here, so see if we can kill him. We're going to try to coordinate our nukes. And bam, we got him. So we just kind of coordinated everything. We figured that if we just burst him down, he's only about half HP, that we can just crap on him. And that's exactly what happened. So I was able to pop my ulti in the scream on him, and he was not able to survive. So that felt good. At least we got a kill there. All the other times where I lost opportunities by a very slight amount were made up for. So that felt good. At this point, I can kind of spend some time in the jungle. If there's no creeps mid, I can definitely go jungle. And we probably had a little bit too much people sitting stationary. Like somebody should be farming bot right now, for example. That's a safe place to farm. Zeus could use that farm. Lifestealer could use that farm. I could use that farm. But instead, everybody's just kind of sitting mid. I think we really wanted to get a kill was the thing. And we knew that the game was kind of ticking because we didn't really do much to anti-mage at this point in the game. Anti-mage essentially has been free farming this whole game, including getting a tower. I mean, look at that. Look at all the creeps on the tower. Somebody should be there, and nobody is there, and that's frustrating to see. Zeus could be there. Revenge could be there. So it's a little bit of a creep wasting there. It's like 8 creeps or something. And we decided to try to kill... Oh, I messed up my screen. I was really pissed about that. Luckily, we did still get the kill. Mirana showed up. She was our farmer this game, and I'm going to blink forward and try to get him. So he's going to pop ulti. And nice tread switch, very important. Tread switch because I knew I was going to be the focus, and then I'm just going to walk away from this. He's not going to be able to kill me. So I tread switch. It saves me some HP. Can bottle this up. Hopefully go pick up a bottle here. And I do see the Bane going for it. Put a dagger on him, and I popped the haste as well because I actually did want to chase him a bit. I checked to see that he was level 6. I don't remember what his mana was. But at this point, I kind of wanted to fight him, but I was a little scared. And when I saw the anti-mage, I knew that, thanks to the ward, I saw the anti-mage, I knew it wasn't worth trying to pressure. So either way, I get the full bottle out of it, and I get a haste, so I can run around pretty fast for a bit. So I think I was going to shift towards the top lane, maybe, because there was a wave up there. I'm just going to TP, because I don't want to lose too much of the EXP. I think I'm just going to scream this one. Nope, maybe not. Maybe should have. I would have been lower mana. It's hard to say. I've got 1,000 gold though. Now, typical item build for Queen of Pain. My items are a little bit behind what they probably should have been. I should have gotten more last hits in lane, but obviously my last hitting is not quite perfect. If it was, I would have probably another 400 gold at this point. Things that I should have done, so gotten more last hits. I maybe should have gotten more kills on the Panda. Regardless, my last hits aren't terrible, and I do have a kill. So I'm playing consistent, and I'm playing safe, but I'm not exactly... I missed a last hit again there. My scream should have hit the range creep, but it did not. And as you guys can see now, this bounty hunter is waiting for me. He's like, oh wow, look at the map. And there is a Rubik. That was a big mistake from him to use his ulti to sight me. There's a lot of heroes on me. Man, look at those slows. Tread switching, do you guys like it? That's good. So things I did there, I ran away, blinked away. Bounty hunter came for me as soon as the nuke hit. I knew that we could kill him possibly. So I almost daggered, but then I realized I didn't have enough mana, so I canceled it and then switched to Scream, because I knew my Scream was going to do way more damage. So I got the kill using the Scream. But if I would have casted Dagger first, it's very important to watch your mana levels, guys. It's super important to watch your mana levels as you're playing, because if I would have been looking at my mana there, I would have Daggered. Same thing goes for the mid gank. I knew that I had ulti as well as blink up, but I didn't. But I looked at my numbers and I said I don't have enough for blink and ulti. And if I would have blinked in or ultied first, if I would have blinked in, then I would have put myself in a bad spot. Things like that. So I'm gonna go back to the top lane. I've got 2 kills now. I'm gonna defend this push. There's a lot of heroes here, so I don't want them to take it for free. A little bit of a misclick there. Again, make sure that if you guys want to get easy farm on Queen of Pain, you hit the range creep once, and then you do your AoE. This is the case for any hero that has an AoE, honestly. Any hero that has an AoE, you hit the range creep once, and you do your AoE. There's very few heroes that don't do enough. And we see the whole enemy team. I'm looking for a good ulti here. My ulti sucked. It only hit 2 people. That was a big mistake. Now I'm trying my best to survive. I basically clicked it a little bit too low. I should have clicked higher. I could have hit like 3 heroes. But regardless, we still stomped the team fight really hard. So despite my ulti sucking, that's basically how you should use Blink though, is for positioning your ultimate. If I didn't click it so terribly, then it would have been better. I pick up an ultimate orb here. The reason I pick up an ultimate orb is because I want to go for a sheep stick. And normally I don't go sheep stick. A lot of people go Aghanim Scepter on Queen of Pain. The reason you grab Aghanims is because it puts your ulti down to like a 35-second cooldown. It's insane. I mean, look at the cooldown normally. It's 135. You can put that down to 35, and it does more damage. Just like makes her ulti a lot more usable, which means you can team fight more often, basically. Instead, I said, okay, they have an anti-mage. We don't really have the best anti-mage counters. We're lacking in a lot of disable basically to chase him down. So what I wanted to get was a item that would give me a lot of stats, a lot of mana regen, and also a good disable against him and other heroes. So that is a Bane, and that is not a hero that I want to mess with. His ulti is actually down, because I remember it now, him using it against me, but if the Bane was there, it's not something that I really want to mess around with. So Ultimate Orb does actually help quite a bit. It gives me 190 HP, it gives me mana, it gives me agility as well. I kind of want to pick up a rune, but I knew that I was tracked right now, so the idea of going to a bot rune solo is pretty scary. I'll go check for it, and it's going to be, bounty hunter, bottom lane, up an illusion, so I don't get the rune again. Again, kind of frustrating, but on the bright side, I haven't died yet. I've got 4 assists and 2 kills, so I'm pretty happy with my performance so far. Obviously, I could have played better, but consistency and not dying is oftentimes more important than, like, those other times that I would have been aggressive, for example. I might have died some of them. And this way, if I never die, but never get a really big advantage, if I just play consistently as a mid-roll, it's going to make a big difference. I can still snowball without playing amazingly. And another thing, by the way, they've spent a lot of time pushing, so this is part of the reason why my last hits are a little bit lower. Oh yeah, we were going to go initiate here. But unfortunately, the bottom was tracked, so they saw everything. I think I was a little bit too far forward as well, probably because I tread switched, it looks like. I was wondering why I was still visible and they weren't, and it's because I tread switch, which delayed the invis set in. And then we realized that Potom was tracked, so wherever Potom was before she TP'd, she was tracked, and that's why the ultimate was a waste there. Others we maybe could have initiated and done some good damage. Pretty likely, actually, I think, because we have I had full mana there, and I have treads, and she actually has an orchid. I was really, really happy with Potom's pickup here. Instead of going for like a manta or something, she picked up an orchid, which gives her really, really good. It gives us an option to deal with the anti-mage, basically. If he blinks in, we can just silence him and burst him down, ideally, and he takes bonus damage. So I love the orchid pickup from the Potom. I thought that was a really, really smart idea. Also works fantastic against the Brewmaster, and Sheep kind of does the same thing, except it's a little bit more expensive. So that's kind of just, there's a lot of options. At this point, I knew I was going Sheep. I didn't really feel like my GPM influx was massive, so I think around here I decided to just pick up a Void Stone, I think. Anti-Mage has a Battle Fury here, and I kind of want to spread out and get some more GPM on the bot lane. Nobody else is here, so I might as well take it. Missed a couple of last hits, like 1 or 2 there. And I'll be maxing out Dagger next now. It is worth maxing out Dagger, honestly. The slow is pretty fantastic. Looks like somebody's dead mid. Yeah, Mirana's going to get caught here. Not sure what happened. Maybe Bane ultied or something. Let's see. No, he did not. Just a Nightmare and a Brain Sap and probably a Lift. They probably just like bursted them down very heavily at the same time. That's probably what happened. So again, 4-man mid. Got to go defend this again. Zeus is maybe a little bit too far forward. I actually think he is. He could have gotten... I guess he wouldn't have gotten lifted there, but that seemed way too close. And I don't really want to reveal myself. I kind of want them to dive because I want to be able to initiate. My ulti's at level 2, so it does like, what, 475 damage?
Guess what's happening to
yeah, 475, that's really good. With Scepter, it does, I think, up to 750, I think, at level 3. It's really good. Does a lot of damage. So again, kind of just standing around. A lot of heroes mid. Anti-Mage is still split pushing bottom. Looks like bottom's down there, though, so... I think he ended up arrowing him. Yeah, he did. He got a long-range arrow and then leapt in and did a silence. And Anti-Mage rage bot back. That was a big advantage to us. Is at this point where things started to turn a little bit. We say, okay, Anti-Mage just died, and he bought back. If he literally would have just, like, waited, I don't know. He looks like he's coming mid to take a tower or something, but I was checking the Drunken Haze level. He actually has a lot of points into it. Zeus way out of position right here. This is really bad for Zeus. Kind of looking, oh, that was such a good stun on the Lifestealer. Luckily, Zeus's mana was more or less full. I haven't used my ulti yet. I probably could have gone earlier, I think. I'm going to dagger this as well. I love the infest usage there. It was great. Got an ulti off on 2. This guy kind of gave up a little bit too early. Attack moving really important on Quap. I didn't really know where the anti-mage went, and we knew that the panda was pretty low, so... Solid arm the toggle here. And just got to dagger him, and then he's definitely going to die. So, really big teamfight win for us. You have to be pretty careful playing Queen of Pain. Like, the teamfight started, and I didn't blink right in. And I know maybe I should have blink ultied or something, but the ulti was useful later. And most importantly, sometimes when when the cooldowns are still up, if you blink in as a Queen of Pain, people are going to kill you, pretty much. Because, simply put, I wish this guy would have waited. I think this is the part where I wish he would have waited. He had a really good leap. He was trying to, like, leap in and hit him. We could have killed that guy if that was timed better. I think I probably should have blinked in maybe first, and then... I wanted to make sure the Potom was a little bit less out of position, so I took the Nightmare from him. I was kind of hoping that we would leapfrog it, but... yeah, just played it safe. And we all get tracked again. So yeah, I didn't want to blink into the team fight and just like throw the whole combo, because I know that if I do, that's a good chance that I would die. And if I just throw my combo, yeah, that does good damage. I really wish that that illusion was me, because I was like, oh, I could get this kill, but maybe I wouldn't if you could have brain sat me or something. But if you blink and throw your combo, yeah, you do all of your damage. But think about an extra 2 Scream of Pains on top of that. It's like 50% more damage or something like that. If you just stay alive and continue to throw your abilities, especially when you're in this mediocre area where you're kind of squishy, then it's going to pay off a lot harder in the long run. So from here, I'm just kind of looking for a rune because my rune is, or my bottle is empty. If it's not there, which it's not, I'll just go back to jungling a bit. It's pretty easy to get jungle EXP with AoE magic heroes. I actually do grab a double damage, so I was pretty happy with that. I think picking up the Void Stone is the right choice, by the way. Mystic Staff is fantastic, obviously, but there is a lot of downtime, and having the Void Stone is great for the mana regen over time. It gives you 100%, so that means I'm getting an extra 3 mana per second. Over 100 seconds, that's like what? 300? That's pretty good. 300 mana over 100 seconds. It's fantastic. Generally, int items are more popular in the early game, though. Just getting your int pool up is more beneficial. Kind of just clicking around here. We have really good map control still, and look how much time they've spent trying to push mid, and we still have the tower. Like, that really screws them over a lot. It also gives them much less space for Anti-Mage to farm, for example. Makes it tougher for him. Looks like we're kind of pushing top, and I do have a DD, so I could actually team fight pretty properly. Hitting for 200 is nothing to be scoffed at. And this one of the really nice thing about Queen of Pain is that she does really good right-click damage. Her agi gain is fantastic. If you look at her stats there, it's my agi gain is actually pretty close to my int. And I decided to use the DD to farm. Some people would say this is maybe a waste, but this will increase my GPM by a bit. And I know that I'm relatively close to a Mystic Staff, and I really want to finish my sheep. It's not the fastest sheep by any means, but the fact that I haven't died is still pretty nice. So I'll just spend some time farming, basically.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
All the audio is very, very low for all of those other things. It's kind of weird. I don't have a stout shield either. My armor is okay at 8. It's not too bad. Again, tread switching whenever I cast to make my mana go a little faster, and a little attack moving as well is always going to help. So, a mere 400 gold away, and I will have sheep. My HP will be low at the time, unfortunately, because I'm spending HP jungling, but always walk away from the camps when you get down to the minute mark. And I'll just continue last hitting here. I think I use a dagger on him because he actually has a lot of HP, so and I can just focus on the other Ursa. This camp actually takes quite a lot to kill. I'm just gonna scream it here. So I'm 150 away. I maybe shouldn't have daggered there because it cost me as much as a scream. Actually, I think the last scream was a waste more than anything else. Mud golems are no fun, so I was pretty unhappy with that. Looks like a team fight actually going down. Luckily with the silence and they were able to kill the bounty pretty easy. That was good. So it's basically a team fight. This is one problem about jungling on a hero like Quap or on any int caster, because if you're jungling, like for example, I can't TP and fight right now. My mana's gone. My HP's gone. So that's one downside to int casters who are jungling, is that you're much less likely to be ready to go when the actual team fight happens. So I have to go buy my Mystic Staff, and then I have to go back to base. Luckily though, we're so far ahead in terms of GPM and stuff. Oh, I was really unhappy about that. I was like, oh, he's got the kill, and then he didn't get it. So yeah, that's the problem with incasters. I spent all my time jungling. I got my Mystic Staff, but they happened to fight a team fight, so. On the bright side, I can still help, since it's just a panda at this point. I'm getting the kill on him. So, despite coming really, really late to the party, I was still able to help out. Now my mana regen's fantastic, 10 per second. I've got a bottle for HP regen. Things are looking great. My dagger's maxed out. And at this point, you're not as much reliant on your ulti. It is obviously sometimes very nice to have negatives for Sonic Wave, but the sheep gives you a lot more ganking possibilities against heroes like Bounty Hunter, against Panda. Like I said, it's very similar to the Orchid in that it helps you kill those heroes, but arguably much better because you can't Manta Split out of a sheep. But sheep is a lot harder to pick up. It's a much more expensive item. The build-up isn't as safe either. There's a couple heroes bought. Again, I have Sheep Stick, so ganking can continue. They put the ulti on the bounty, but it looks like he went into his... Oh wait, he does die. Cool. It's probably too aggressive to want to go in after this. I don't know if I killed the Rubik or not. I probably should have blinked into the jungle, I think, instead of going this way. I think that was a mistake. I could have blinked in jungle. I was trying to... Looking at it now, at least. They denied the Rubik, by the way. I should have blinked jungle, probably, instead of going back into the group, because I thought that I was going to be able to, like... I don't know, I thought that my positioning was better there, but I should have gone jungle for sure. That was a pretty big mistake. I had 2 bottle charges as well, which means I could have healed up in the jungle, but I basically blinked into like more burst damage. That was pretty stupid. It was maybe... It looks like it was actually kind of worth it to fight there. We lost 2 heroes, but if I would have blinked left, then it would have been a 2-for-1. So I think that was just a slight mistake for me. I don't usually make that many mistakes like that, but that type of mistake, like a positioning mistake. But that was stupid to blink to the right. I should have gone left. I could have gone left and bought enough time to blink again, but I walked right into a brain sap and all this, the clap and everything, so. Sometimes you make mistakes in those split-second decisions, and that's my first death, so. Probably the biggest mistake that I've made this game so far. So I am alive again. Regardless, I have my sheep. I can't feel too bad about dying. Like, honestly, if I never progressed my item build for the rest of the game, it wouldn't even matter. Like, it would still be pretty good. Once you get a sheep stick on a hero like Queen of Pain, you've got stats, you've got tons of mana pool, you've got tons of mana regen, and you have a really, really good disable. I mean, you can't really complain about it that much at this point. So, I have ways to deal with anti-mage, I have ways to deal with solo ganking other heroes. It's just all around, my item build is pretty much set. It'd be nice to have other things like a BKB or an Orchid or something like that, but it doesn't matter that much. I did buy a Sentry Ward, by the way, because I was still a little worried about the Bounty Hunter. Little did I know that the Bounty Hunter is so far behind this game because we've been consistently getting kills on him that it doesn't really matter that much. And finally we're able to take the bot towers while Mirana gets the last hit. I think she has her Orchid finish. I think she went for Manta afterwards, if I remember correctly, but... While we're pushing, I'll just take a jungle camp. At this point I was trying to get the Lifestealer to come, because he was taking neutrals. And Zeus is here as well. I just knew that we had way better team fight than them. I mean, we have a lot more kills than they do, so I knew that we could actually team fight and probably win every fight. And they were a little worried about the Panda pushing mid, but I just glyphed it and was hoping. And there's an easy kill on the Bounty Hunter, and since he kind of threw his life away, and the Cats the TP knew that we could push. So I do a Hex here. And bam, the Hex pays off. So able to kill the Bane, very, very easy. Blink Hex is so good, like it gives you so many options. And now that I knew we had 2 heroes dead, this is our time to Rax. So I said Rax it, Rax it. 20 seconds away from a sheep, and I put my other sentry down, just in case. I really should have jumped on that Rubik there, I think. I could have killed him. He did get the rage off, but... Nice, that was a great silence. I just wanted to ulti it because I wanted him to be dead. If he's silenced, you gotta kill the Panda. And I got the follow-up on the Rubik as well. You should basically be using your ulti as like a choice. Anti-mage ends up dying, and we're gonna kill him again. He's gonna pop his ulti finally. It's actually gonna be on Zeus, surprisingly. I put a dagger on the Fire Panda, so it's a lot slower. I was kind of worried. Was I worried about this Bane? I can't remember. I get nightmared actually. Alright, so he killed the Panda. Enfeeble now. I tried to dagger, but I got fogged. And at this point... Wow, he was really close to TPing. I did use my Hex last second, but... I thought he was juking. I was like, alright, he's gonna die. I was like, he's definitely gonna die. There's no way he'll survive this. And then I was a little slow on the Hex. My brain wasn't quite properly thinking. I was kind of like, I wonder if he's TPing, and then he was TPing, I was like, oh, I should kill him. Then I was like, oh god, he's gonna make it. And then I hexed. It was really close. Bounty Hunter wants this. Got Hex in 10.
Radiant's mid towers get
That's good.
banged up.
I like that. Armlet toggled and raged. My Hex was like a big waste there, but didn't really matter. We still stomped on him. Alright, so that's a bunch of dead heroes. Downside is I now am against an anti-mage, and anti-mage really wants me dead. That 4-staff was cool. I wish I would have blinked high ground. That would have been really good. I ended up dying again. But I kind of wasted my Hex on the Rubik. I should have saved it. I didn't realize the anti-mage was alive, unfortunately. Wow, did they just buy back a lot? That was Bounty Hunter buys back and Lifesteal. Okay.
Radiant's mid tower.
This Lifesteal is crazy. This is like...
Radiant's top towers.
I was really afraid that he was going to feed his life after we just fed 3 kills, basically, that didn't need to happen. And I was really scared that he was going to do it as well. So we haven't taken bot racks yet. We have a sentry down. I'm still dead. We've got 3,500 gold, which is really good. At this point, I have a couple choices for items. Like I said, the sheep is really awesome, but my main goals are either having more protection against anti-mage physically, so I could get a Shiva's if I wanted to. I could have a Lincoln Sphere, which would protect me against some disables. But what I decided to do is go for an Orchid. And the reason I decided to go for an Orchid, as you guys saw in the last fight there, I burned my Hex on the Rubik. I killed Rubik. And Bounty Hunter died as well, but then Anti-Mage showed up. And we didn't have any way to deal with Anti-Mage, really. So I said, well, if I had another Orchid, if I had an Orchid and a Sheep, then I can disable 2 people in a fight. I can Hex the Anti-Mage, and then I can Orchid the Panda. Or I can Hex the Panda and Orchid the Anti-Mage. And if he's already used Manta, then he's shut down. He's going to stand there and possibly die. And I was pretty close to Orchid, so I figured I'm just going to get Orchid. It'll give me so much mana regen. Another thing that actually hurt me a lot there was that Anti-Mage was able to use his ulti against me, and my mana, I was missing a lot of mana at the time. And if you're missing a lot of mana, then bam, ulti does a lot of damage, and that could be scary. So if I get even more mana regen, if I get an Orchid on top of the Sheep, my mana regen is going to be so ridiculous that it's going to be very unlikely that it'll ever be run out. Like, I'll never run out of mana, basically. So that was my thought process. I still don't have any HP regen items, which usually I like getting by this point, but yeah. No HP regen items, not the end of the world. So they're pushing mid again. I'm going to bottle this up a bit. Zeus is a little too far forward, I think, but... see where the arrow goes. Arrow does not catch anybody. I really want to kill the anti-mage. That was a great nightmare. We did not actually kill him there, surprisingly. If my ulti was a little bit earlier, I think we could have gotten him. I burned a lot on him, but the Hex came, the Orchid burned the damage, but the Nightmare bought him just enough time, I think. We didn't quite do enough burst damage. And you guys have to remember that anti-mage's spell shield gives him so much magic resistance. It's really hard to kill him with magic resistance. So, I kind of wasted my ulti, but it's okay. We've got 23 mana per second, as you guys can see. I'm not running out of mana anytime soon. That's so much mana regen. It's ridiculous. 23 per second. So, anyways, we still killed 3 heroes. Anti-Mage is going to be full HP, but we can deal with him. We have an AC, I believe, on the Lifestealer, so that's helping our tower damage by quite a bit. And I told everybody to shift bottom now. Said, alright, we got the mid racks, we take bottom racks next. See if we can take a double racks right now, it'll be really good. And we got it. So, raxes are gone. I decided to initiate. I think that was Bounty Hunter. Is that my silence? Yeah, it was. I didn't do a very good job of killing him. He's gonna live, actually. I kind of wasted all my cooldowns for that. An anti-mage comes after me. Oh, look at that regen. Ooh, my silence was late. I had it. Played that really sloppy, but I did it.
From this moment, none shall withstand me.
Got him. Got the kills. Alright, HP is now low. My bottle is empty. It's about time. Did I TP back? Oh no, I TP'd bot lane. Kind of like left everybody to hang. Definitely. I probably should have stayed, honestly. I still can do so much with the sheep as well as the orchid. But I kind of decided my HP is low. I think he must have burned Aegis. He got the kill, actually. Wow. That's really surprising. Alright, got a Perseverance. I'm going to bring myself TP Scrolls. And now I said, alright, screw it, I'm coming. It's time to fight. Perseverance at this point is pretty good. It's more mana regen. I wish I didn't sell my bottle because I would have gotten a bunch of heal out of it, but look how invisible I am, guys. I'm like hyper invisible. And yeah, Zeus has a life stealer inside of him. If I remember correctly, they spent quite a bit of time together here. I'm building into a Lincoln's at this point. The HP regen is pretty nice. It's going to give me a lot more HP regen than Bottle will at this point. Extra 5 per second, basically. But I'm still invis and I'm looking for a kill. I can always hex and or silence, so if anybody ends up being out of position, I can take them quite easily. Panda's all the way top, and they're playing pretty scared, but the main reason is that all the lanes are pushing quite a bit, since we do have a double Rax at this point. Looks like we haven't gotten the range barracks mid, but that doesn't really matter. Once you get the melee, it's going to push really hard. So. Wow, look how much damage I do with the Venjora. Like, I have so much plus int. Like, her int gain is so good that it doesn't even matter. Lifestealer buys an Abyssal Blade while inside the Zeus. And I was a little worried that he wasn't regenning, but apparently you can purchase, receive items, and regen HP. So he's got his armlet on inside Zeus, but he doesn't take the degen, so he's actually been healing this whole time. So even if he infested him while low, as you guys can see, he's at like 70% HP already. I love the items I have though, they're very nice. And I'm finally fully healed, so. Finally peeked out. The mech helped as well, I'm sure. That Bane was kind of being aggressive. No, it was really aggressive. It was that guy. Oh my god. Caught him. This guy was like way too far forward. I probably should have blink initiated on the Bane, I'm thinking. But I knew that the other heroes could have been there. Well, look where Anti-Mage is right now. He's in the wrong spot, that's for sure. Guy's like jungling. I don't even know what he's jungling for. I would click on him, but action's about to happen, I think. I don't think that's my silence. Oh, nice. I silenced the Panda there. I'm the man. I silenced the Panda, he doesn't get his ulti off, and that's going to win us 2 heroes. I did use the Hex on the Bane, but like they have to be so careful. They were standing way too far up. We could have done that the previous push in as well. And that's going to give us Mega Creeps, and that beats us against the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage's pickers. Screw you guys. Anti-Mage is really hard to kill, guys. You like have to get orchids and sheep sticks and things, which isn't always the best item build. But I loved that the Potom grabbed it. We got a couple of really clutch kills off on Anti-Mage. The arrow bot that Potom secured when he killed Anti-Mage, that one was super clutch. And when we killed him mid and he bought rage bot back. Oh no, that was his rage bot back. Like that helps so much. It delayed his items. I mean, what does he have? Like he has like a Battle Fury Manta at 36 minutes. It's so late. You should have those items at like 24 if you have free farm. If you have free farm, you should. He stole my kill. I was pretty pissed with him. What a jerk. So we ended up winning. I was really happy with that Queen of Pain game, one of the better I've played. I still have a little bit of trouble missing easy last hits. Like you have to get the easy last hits in the mid lane. If you're winning your lane, you have to get the easy last hits. If you don't get the easy last hits, you don't stomp your lane as hard as you should. Like I'm kind of at the point right now where I feel like I should. Like I feel like I'm better than the average mid player, and I should stomp my lanes, but I always like miss a couple little things, like missing easy last hits or slightly messing up my kills. But if you get all of those together, it just becomes a stomp every single game. So I'm trying really hard to get all of the little perfections down for easy last hits, getting every last hit. I said that 85 times already, but it's so important. And getting those kills as well. If you're very, very consistent with your kills and very consistent with your last hits, you can stomp way harder than I did this game. Same goes for my Night Stalker game that I just recorded as well. Just, you got to go for those easy things, those consistencies, and once you make everything very, very consistent, you can really stomp every single game that you play. So that is a Queen of Pain gameplay. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in a bit.